Good afternoon. Sunny, warm weather in Michigan. Jason from Auto Appraise. Freeze frame on that if you need our information. Doing a pre-purchase inspection on the west side of Michigan. If you need service similar to this, give us a call, 800-301-3886. 1983 Jeep CJ7 Renegade. Just finished up about 200 photos of it. Pulled it outside, did a cold start on it, and then went through it and photographed and marked up any and all flaws I could find. That being said, there is not much to talk about. The potential buyer is probably going to be pretty happy to hear that. This video is being recorded for him and only for him. If you're seeing it, he probably already bought this or passed on it. It won't become a public video until long after he's made his decision. Just to let you know that before you spend all the time investing looking it over and then find out that it's not even for sale. Wouldn't that be disappointing? Inline 6, engine stamping observed. The engine looks like it's in good shape. You can see newer gasketed surfaces. Fuel pump's been deleted and it's got an electric fuel pump mounted down below. The Jeep looks like it's basically gone through an entire rebuild, top to bottom. Crawl under here in a minute, we'll check it out. Firing it up, there was no unusual puff of smoke or no knocking noted. Antifreeze is full and green. Engine oil looks nice and clean, doesn't appear to be contaminated. Setting on a 5-inch lift with brand new BFGs on it. Nibs still present in the tread. According to the inspection paperwork in the glove box I dug up, they might have about 500 miles on them. The wagon wheels are new and those are in really good shape. The trim on the wheels is nice. There's not much to discuss. Every wheel and tire looks just like that. The canvas components of the vehicle, those are new. Not ripped up, not stained up, just a little bit of hairline scratching on the roll-up rear window. Took this all apart. The gate opens up nicely. The spare tire is a matching, identical matching unit, and that all swings open nicely. Custom front and rear bumpers, those are in very good shape. Hardware is all very clean. Front bumper mounted winch. Rugged Ridge is the brand on that. Guess I better pick these up before I drive down the road. So, digital paint meter gives us pretty good readings. The magnetic adhesion looks like that, mostly around the vehicle. Let me get out my meter and turn it on. It's been dropped a few hundred times. Can't get a reading everywhere, but there's 7.2, there's 7.0. Harder to get a reading down here in the stripes. 8.5. Got still photos of these readings all the way around for the potential buyer. 5.6, 8.0, anything under 8.6. Other side is very similar. Anything under 22 to 25 mils is going to give us good magnetic adhesion, just indicating that there's not a ton of paint or a bunch of filler throughout the car. So we got good magnetic adhesion around the car. The body tub's in really nice shape from underneath. Probably wouldn't surprise you. Usually I mark up an exploded view and point out all the nicks and chips and scratches and whatnot, but this thing hasn't suffered much road time or hill climbing, so there's not much to be noted. There's a touch up here and here. There is a few typical rivet swells underneath the decals. You can see a bubble here, here, and I think that's probably what those are. Here's an overlap for a sticker that is kind of, you can see that for sure. A couple small cuts in the vinyl overlay, but nothing drastic. There's some contact chips inside the hood to the grill on both sides. A little bit of that going on when we open up the tailgate, but nothing that's really seen when the vehicle is standing there looking back at you. I found a little bit of hair right here in the paint. Could be like a little hairline crack, actually. Let me see if I can get that to focus in. It's pretty small. And just a few small little marks in the paint. A couple of them I wiped off in the back. Oops, I'm sorry, that's out of focus. Give it a second. I apologize for that. Let me come back up here and just show that again. There's been a couple small paint touch-ups here and here, brush touched in, if you can see those. So the general idea here is if you could live with a couple small touch-ups, nicks and chips and scratches, the paint really is exceptional. Didn't see any overspray. The jams were done really nice. Little touch-up back here, and some of these marks might actually come off with a little bit of compound. A few little edge chips on both sides of the tailgate look like that. The bumper and all the hardware to swing the spare out, I mentioned earlier, it's all in good shape. Taillights are new, headlight bezels are new. Hardware is new, hinges new. Mud splashes are new. Tubular arms look new. Hinging hardware looks like that. Mirrors look like that. Windshield and seal have been changed. It's another chip, little touch-up I didn't, let me get that in focus. There we go. Little chip right there that was touched up. And then we got this one right in here. I might have shown already. I would say that's the majority of it right there. Let's get that back in focus again. That is much more helpful. Inside this CJ7, door jambs are in really nice shape on both sides. There's been a little bit of touch-up work down low. We'll point that out in a minute. Right here, entry and exit. Get that in focus, give it a second. There you go, see it? The seat knob popped off. It's right here. It may need a help or replacement. I don't think we're gonna work that today. The seats both go down and launch forward as they should. They position nicely. Floor tub's in really nice shape. This boot needs to be replaced. It's torn, and you can see through there to the outside. So we need a new boot. The carpet and the floor, though, is in really good shape. I pulled these out earlier, have photos. Pedals are in great shape. The wiring harness is in very nice shape. Inside of the tub was all sprayed in satin black. Mirror-like finish panel. Radio's working, turn signal's working, wipers working. This knob right here, I think it's the one that pops off. So we won't pull on that too much. Wipers are working. There is a 2-speed plus a delay. This console, the key fits in it, but the lock pops right out. I was unable to get it open. I messed with it for a while. I'm not sure about that. But it looks like it's in real nice shape. It doesn't look old. Both seats look like new. Rear seat looks like new. Floor covering, there's a few scratches down low. You can see them there. And let's see if I can get this seat back up. There we go. So a few little scratches on the internal portion of the tub. Nothing too outrageous. Roll bar's been painted, foam's new, top is new. Really mostly new throughout. I'm sorry about that. That was kind of loud, wasn't it? Canvas is clean, door latches work as they should. All right, let's get underneath it. Had to run inside and get the guy with the gas can to come out and give us a helping hand on getting some gas. A couple more chips here I didn't show earlier. One there and one here. Let me get that back in focus. Essentially under here, there is not much complaining you're going to hear me do. Once in a while, people make that comment that I'm picking stuff apart and being kind of tough. And my job is just to try and present this as it looks. And if you were the one buying it long distance, you'd kind of want to know all the worst stuff, because the nice stuff is easy to point out. So all these suspension components are new. I would say they have less than 1,000 miles on them. The general wear is really next to nothing. Front main pan seal, a damp, just a little drip of oil there. Not enough to call it a leak, and we've been sitting here a while and I don't see any on the pavement. Going back a little further, got a small drip of oil right there, the base of the pan, and a slight drip back there coming from the bell housing of the transmission before the up here before the transfer case assembly is attached. So nothing too bad. Fuel lines, brake lines, clips, all that stuff was taken apart. The lower shield here was sandblasted and repainted silver, so was the one over the tank. The bushings are in good shape. There's a little bit of dry cracking on this one. Let me see if I can blow it up. Easier to see. Right there, a little bit of dry cracking. The bushing for the body on this side is a little bit better. Let me see if I can get to it there. There you go. Got a little bit of cracking on it, a little pancaking. I do think they have been changed. The tub's in great shape. All the steel's in very nice shape. Those bushings back there look really good. Probably changed. All right, let's move to the back. U-joints, by the way, are in good shape. There's a drip of oil on this front. Axle. Keeping it live, keeping it real. Exhaust is in nice shape. Got a new converter you can see there. There's our electric fuel pump. We can hear that thing fire up. I don't see or smell any fuel leaking out of it. So overall, it's very clean underneath. Got a couple little small chips on the bottom of the gate. That's where I'm at right now. So exterior paint, aftermarket bumpers are very nice, nothing to report. Newer top, canvas, wheels, tires, exhaust, Smitty built step bars. Interior we have covered. Let's fire it up. Parking brake works. Fuel pump comes on. Brake lights working. Give it a little. Say we 25-30 pounds cold oil pressure. Still pretty cold, hasn't run very long. Temp gauge, if it's working, is way down below the mark. Not sure if the fuel gauge is working or not. We dumped about 1.5 gallons, maybe a gallon. Emptied their can. VIN is properly mounted on the dash. Bit of an ignition misfire. Conventional components there. We'll drop the hood and take it for a ride. Two-handed job. All right. Did not engage the hubs from the outside. Power steering. Power brakes. Tilt wheel works nicely. That is my seat squeaking against whatever it's rubbing on. That would be the back from this short test drive. I will let the truck run for a little while. Hopefully not let it run out of gas, because I think I used the end of their can. Is definitely at the very end of its travel. Not much free play in the top of the pedal. suspension feels good. Cancels as intended. Cancels both ways. Horn works. Wipers worked. Radio works. Mistake was thinking we had a 5-speed. That would not be the case, would it? A little tricky driving this, holding the camera. Feel good. Oil pressure's holding up. Looks like we're charging. How's our temp gauge? It's coming up. Gas gauge? Yeah, I think it's floating. It's got just a thread of gas, which is all we put in. That's definitely going to need to be fixed to let in potential exhaust fumes. That wouldn't be good. Too expensive. Boots. I'll get back and I'll run through the lights and the exterior lights and put it in 4-wheel drive. I'll do that separate of this video, so I don't have a pause feature on this video. But I'll do that for the potential buyer. So overall, the paint and body are very clean. The engine seems to be running good. You can just see the little bit of chugging that's going on that seems to be ignition related. I don't think anything too skeptical. Alright, this is going to be a long light because it's Friday night, nearing rush hour, so Jason from Auto Appraise, 123,848 showing on the odometer. Truck is believed to be out of West Virginia, based on an inspection sticker or paper I saw in the glove box. Pretty clean unit. Definitely the clutch is engaging at the very top of the pedal. Not slipping at all. I hear a little bit of dieseling, maybe coming from some cheap fuel. Alright, thanks for hanging out. Signal didn't cash out that time, did it? Have a great day.